Hello and welcome back to my channel. First video in a while, a couple days. Been a little bit busy with stuff, but now schedules are clearing up. We've got the long weekend for 4th of July, so hopefully you guys are having fun with that, you Americans anyway. We've got some older groups today, finishing up some patron requests from last month. We've got BTOB first, then we're going to do 2 SHINEE songs. I don't think I know any SHINEE songs really, and then we're going to hop into EXID to finish it out. So we're going to start off with BTOB, which is a request from Alicia. It is the song Movie, which I've heard of before because we've been watching Kingdom. I'm finishing off episode 10 right now. I'm like halfway through it. I just got to record the rest. And Movie was brought up a lot as a very special song to a lot of people, even a lot of BTOB's peers on there. I remember Sungmin talking about it, saying he was in high school when this dropped, which was only in 2017, so that's kind of crazy. So yeah, March 6, 2017. I think we have all the members here at this point, right? I think everyone is still here. I had just read, actually, Ilhoon, the member that produced this song, actually didn't leave until very, very recently, like end of 2020, which, by the way, you know, Korea has some backwards ass stuff with certain things, but their laws with marijuana is they're just nuts, man. They're crazy. Like, the fact that you gotta leave a group because you may or may not have done something like that, it's ridiculous, but whatever, they'll get there eventually. I just find that so insane, but we'll enjoy what he's got here for us. At least I'm only going to recognize the members that I know from Kingdom. Unfortunately, I don't really recognize the other 3. I think there are, right? There are still 2 that are active with them, but they're on military service leave right now. So let's do it. Movie, BTOB. 10th mini album. This was 4 years ago. God damn. Oh, is this them like making a movie? I've fallen in love with these guys on Kingdom, by the way. They're so funny and just like everyone's favorite on the show. Ooh. This really does have an old Hollywood feel to it. I'm not even sure. Is this supposed to be a Pulp Fiction reference right here? It feels like it. And he's looking like freaking Joker. It is. Okay, I got you. So I'm assuming this is Ilhoon, correct? Because he was the main rapper. Changsub in a Kill Bill outfit. BTOB has the craziest vocals. I'm a big Eunkwang fan, man. He's the best. There's a pizzazz about BTOB. It's part of that kind of showmanship thing, but it comes with the vocals, I guess, too. I'll always attribute some kind of theatricality to them, and I don't know if that comes from the vocals being the main source of like where their music derives from. Those really expressive, insane vocal ranges that they can hit. But even if you look at their second to last performance on Kingdom, doing the kind of La La Land aesthetic, I'm always attaching that to them, and this song and this video only solidifies that even more. Before it's too late, girl, you better stop frontin'. I'm 1 in a million, limited edition, no kidding. You'll be wishing you could be my missus. Sooner or later, girl, you want that position. When I walk up in the club, all the girls stare at me. I'm the only thing they see. He always had that same tone. Oh, so now this is 8 Mile. Huge man crush on Minhyuk, by the way. Like, I don't know what's going on with this man. What is this though? What is that movie? Wow. Lady in the Trail. What did that? Does he have? He has a Sunoco hoodie that says Screamo on it. First of all, like I've heard some of you guys say when I'm into metal or what have you reference Screamo. I've never heard the term Screamo in like 15 years. That always comes from people who like don't really know the genre and they're just like, oh, that's Screamo, but it's just someone screaming. It could be many different genres, but I really like that hoodie actually. I actually think that hoodie is really funny. He is a good-looking guy. God damn. Wow, man, he can really sing too. That's gotta be oh shit, I had the members up just a second ago. That had to be either Sungjae or Hyunsik, correct? I'm not sure which one that is because they're obviously two members outside of Ilhoon that I'm not really going to recognize here, but that's got to be one of those two. God, as if there weren't enough amazing vocalists in this group. And they're expressive too. Ooh. Oh, I love the title cards here for their names. Okay, so that's Hyunsik. Sungjae was the one I was talking about. That was such a cool video. I love referential music videos. It reminds me of Twice's What Is Love. They're going through all different types of films. I think Pulp Fiction is in that as well. That's really cool. And I think what I mentioned before, that theatricality element, that jazzy, old school Hollywood sentiment is what I think suits BTOB so well. They just have that kind of panache as a group, and I think it comes from that vocal talent that they have. And I don't know if anyone, man, you want to see me lose my shit to like BTOB, watch that episode of Kingdom with Love Poem, where they cover Love Poem. Eunkwang's vocals are insane. I got emotional with that one. It's just like on another stratosphere. They're really talented, and a group that not only do I love the way that they sound and how vocally impressive they are, they blow you away, but they're just so funny, and they take the whole competition, all of Kingdom, they really took not lightly, but they kind of they were very like matter of fact about everything, and like to play around, but they were very also made it a note to like choose songs same as they did with Blue Moon to make their fans happy, make Melody happy, and I thought that was just very, very cool of them. They seemed very genuine, and it made me fall in love with BTOB so much. They're, outside of ATEEZ and Stray Kids being like favorites of mine going into the show, leaving the show, BTOB is definitely like third there as being like my favorite group out of all of the others, and just enjoying everything that they performed on there. So thank you so much for the request. I really appreciate it. And now we're going to move on to SHINEE. First of all, I want to make sure that I actually mentioned that was from Alicia. I don't know if I did. That was from Alicia. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to SHINEE. So next we've got SHINEE on the docket, a pretty monumental group and a really kind of pioneering group. I always tie them up with like Super Junior a lot of the time, but I don't really know anything about SHINEE. In terms of the members, I know my dude Taemin, I know he is from SHINEE, and I know they have a member named, his name's one with a W at the end. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I see it all the time on Twitter, and I always think they're talking about OneWe for a second, and then I'm like, oh, that's the name of someone from SHINEE. And also Junghyun, I believe I remember that name from like the news of when that all went down and that happened and when he passed away. So we're going to be checking out first the song View. This is a request from Arwa, thank you so much. And then we're going to be checking out Atlantis, request from Alana. Atlantis being, I think, their most recent track right before Taemin had enlisted into his military service. So I guess they dropped that, as well as Taemin dropping Advice, which is just insane. That dude like never stops working, it seems, but he is, if you haven't heard me say it before, like the most complete idol that I think I've ever seen in K-pop. So let's check out View, my first kind of real taste of SHINEE. It doesn't seem to have captions, but let's do it. 2015 this came out. SHINEE's been around for a minute though. Been out for a while. Oh, that's right. Oro had mentioned that this is like one of the first introductions of deep house being in a K-pop track, or at least maybe one of the ones that made it popular. I know this was 6 years ago, but I still expected them to look a lot older than they do for being a group that's been around for a bit. Okay. Okay, this video, what is happening? Dude, I know those vocals, man. God damn. This is a really different video from a lot of K-pop tracks, being so outdoor, especially back here 2015. So many outdoor shots, a lot of, I guess like there was the weird transitional period, so where there were a lot of shots like this, or there were a lot of outdoor scenes, and then it went to a lot of high production, high budget sound stages and a lot of control on every shot, to then now a lot you're seeing more and more be done outside. So I guess it was just kind of transitional phases of how these music videos were typically done in this industry. But I like how this is filmed. Ooh. I honestly don't listen to a lot of like house music or anything like this, but I like it. Who are these girls? Who are they? Dude's lifting some weights, okay. What? Is there a story here? Now we're fighting in the club. What's happening? Oh my god. The bass line is just so like 90s dance track, and I really like that about it. It feels weirdly nostalgic. Okay, so I had heard from the people that requested SHINEE that they are very experimental and always play around with different types of okay, so Ring Ding Dong is one that I definitely know, and is one of those tracks that are like good, but it's also good in the way that you find it really cheesy and it's just fun. It's a fun song. So this is a totally different vibe from that, because that being maybe one of the only SHINEE songs I really know, outside of maybe one that I might have heard from another group covering. But I like an experimental group, and I had heard from the people that requested SHINEE that they are experimental. This is a foray into deep house, and that maybe they switch up going from there. So going into Atlantis now after this, hopefully is going to be like a big change, and we're gonna see just different, obviously 6 years difference, so we're gonna be seeing some big changes, member changes of course, but also maybe in style and things like that. So thank you so much. I actually really liked that. It was oddly nostalgic in the way that it sounds. Like I said, I'm not well versed in a lot of house music really, but that's something I could totally fuck with, just because it reminds me of like 90s dance tracks with that heavy, like deep, repetitious bass line. Okay, now we're moving on to Atlantis, which I believe is their most recent release. This was in April of this year. Let's go. I love this man. 2 of them. I'll take 2 of them. Tentacles. Uh-oh. Wow, the color is popping in this video. That guy's got a real good voice. Ooh. Wow, look at that. That kind of smoke effect on the background, that looks so cool. And the thing is, Taemin is such an extremely good vocalist, an amazing dancer, that you just know everyone else in the group have to be amazing. Otherwise, he's just gonna in my head, only knowing Taemin, I'm like, damn, he's gonna outshine everybody, SHINEE. But clearly, everyone else is also apparently an amazing vocalist. I like that guy's eyebrows. Is that weird? This video is beautiful too. Oh, I like the kind of stutter in his delivery. Oh. I was like, someone's gotta rap. Where's the rap? It's eyebrows. Eyebrows also. Man on the far left, eyebrows. Real good looking dude. Real good looking dude. Oh. Oh my god, dude, their choreo is so tight. Look how sharp this is. Oh. And the lighting of the underwater scene, the way it kind of trickles, like it's sun rays coming through the surface of the ocean, looks so good. Give my man the bridge. Give my man the bridge. Whoa. Is that a beer? Oh, that hook is so catchy. And the ad-libs. Oh, now we're wet. And now we're all wet. Oh, God, the harshness of this bass here. It's like aggressive right here. The vocals on this track are nuts. Fucking bananas. Jeez. I want to see a live stage of this. And the little SM logo in the corner. Damn, I was going to say it felt like it was like a grocery store or like a storefront, but what? Like a beautiful music video? This looked expensive. You little SHINEE going on. Did any other signs say anything? Are these like references? Like deeper references? Langley and Co. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just looking into things. But that was so damn cool. That was SM money, like SM's money at play. And it's funny, these older groups, I think over time, as like people go into, especially the male groups, maybe not so much, because people are really harsh on older girl groups, and it's like unfortunate. There's like a thing about that, and it's just a pain in the ass. But with the male groups, they have their own issue of going into military service, and I feel like over time, maybe they start to lose steam or something, or as other members do their solo endeavors, it just becomes a bit messier, which is why I'm kind of confused and interested, because there looks like there's a lot of money behind this. It's an amazing song. It's performed really, really well. But this only has 20 million views. 20 million views, and that came out in April. Doesn't seem like much. I'm just kind of surprised by that, and I'm wondering if that's just the case of how a lot of older K-pop groups seem to like go. They just kind of maybe lose that viewership steam, even though they may still have, of course, a rabid fan base. Maybe you guys can have a better explanation of to why that is for me, but I love that song. I think that and BTOB's Movie were the favorite things. I also liked just a different kind of style of song that I'm used to, so it's going to take more listens for me. But Atlantis is one that's going on the playlist right away. I like that a lot. I want to see a live stage of that. I want to know kind of the other members after that. That's one of those songs where I watch that and I need to know more, or I need to hear more that's kind of in the same vein of that track from this group. So a winner. Thank you so much. I really like that one a lot. Now we're moving on to our final request of the day here, which is EXID. We've listened to a couple EXID songs by now. You can see that on my EXID playlist down below in the description if you've missed them.